Hey guys, so I actually just got one of these. These are Arduino Nanos. They're basically Arduino Unos, except they decrease the board size to a very, very minuscule size if you look here very closely. Just for a comparison, just look at these size comparison. It's a very big size difference. Like, it's definitely a very good option for very small electronics. And in this case, I want to put NeoPixels in this thing, which are here, as you can see, the NeoPixels. This is a 60 NeoPixel per meter, 1 meter strip. I've got some more strips coming on the way. I will attach that to here. I will effectively produce a VU meter, which will allow it to kind of flash in accordance to the music. Hey guys, so I just get a really quick circuit just to test out the NeoPixels and make sure they're all working. Right now it's literally going through the test to figure out if all the pixels are working. I'm hoping all of them are working, but usually 1 or 2 are damaged. It looks like all 60 of them are working properly because 60 NeoPixels should be taking around 1.6 amps, and that's only with one color. I'm not seeing any abnormalities. Looking through, making sure everything's working. So one thing you might have noticed is NeoPixels are only taking 1 pin for all of these and configure each and every NeoPixel individually. So just for an example real quick, we're going to run a strand test with only 20 pixels. But as you can see, all of these pixels are very customizable, and in our scenario today, we're going to be using a VU meter that I figured out how to program a while back. And we're going to use it to help kind of enlighten the experience of this. Honestly, these things are very delicate, especially the integrated circuits on them, and a capacitor down here to regulate the current to make sure the current's consistent, and when it gets unplugged, it's not going to kill the NeoPixels. I've also got a couple resistors down here, totaling in about 600 ohms, and the reason why I have that is for any voltage spikes to come out of the Atmel 328 processor, which is this Arduino Uno. Any voltage spikes that come out during the out of the data pin, I want to make sure those are minimized through the resistors. The recommended specifications for the NeoPixels. So I didn't just go out and waltz in. I figured this out by Googling on the internet. So yeah, it looks like everything's working. As you can see here, I actually have just replaced my Arduino Uno with a Arduino Nano, the one we just received. And what I'm looking at right now is it's actually running the strand test properly, from what I can tell. I'm hoping it's working properly, I'm not actually sure. But yeah, what that shows us, all I did is literally unplug it from the Uno, grab some male to female connectors, and attach them to the Uno, which if we turn up the ISO a little bit, we can see a little more easily. And hopefully those will be entering this box and we'll set up a VU meter. The next test I'll be doing is actually just figuring out to see if the VU meter works. And for that test, I actually need to go grab an experiment I used a while back ago and see if that works properly. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I just recently reconfigured the Nano. I figured it to photo. What you're seeing right now is a VU meter. Basically what it does is it determines how intense an audio signal is, or really just a power signal, and then it turns it into light. So as you can see, we have the pixel right here, and if we were to upload a higher sensitivity level,
you shut your mouth!
it's pretty cool. It's a cool effect. What I'll be doing is I'll be integrating into the box, which is actually currently being used to play the music. And the reason for that is I'm trying to build a present for someone. I have created this thing that has the capacitor for the NeoPixels along with two 300 ohm resistors to regulate voltage when applying current to the NeoPixels. I've created a 9-volt battery connector that goes straight into the NeoPixel. And then this is the connector that goes into the NeoPixels, and the 9-volt actually goes to the Arduino. And then as you can see here, this is the amplifier and the speaker, which I have soldered directly to the headphone jack. This pin needs to go into the Arduino. And all of this should go in here, along with this battery pack and this battery pack. And using this connection directly into here, we should get a light-up speaker. Okay, so now what we have here is we have the, I'm going to turn down the volume real quick. Now what we have is we have the NeoPixels working. We have it attached to the Arduino, which is taking the input signal from the headphone jack. That's also being split into the speaker right here. and it takes that signal and figures out how loud it is, and it's now turning that into signals as to how high the volume should go, kind of all around it. So say we were to turn up the volume real quick. Now you can see the lights become much more, I'd say, loud, so you have seen more of them on. But yeah, I guess now all I need to do is drill a hole up here so I can have this go through and basically close up the enclosure. That's about it. Obviously, it's going to be a bit hard to maintain. I haven't set up switches on it yet. That's going to be the next thing I do. But until then, it's pretty cool. Okay, so now what we have is a completed system. The only things I would like to fix are probably having switches to turn on and off the Arduino. The speaker has its own switch, the Arduino does not, so you have to physically unplug it. And right now, the circuitry isn't cleaned up enough I mean, basically if you pull out the device, some electronics might get damaged or misplaced, and that means I might have to resolder it. But as of right now, it seems to be working fine. And as we turn off the lights and we play a song like
Peter Pan, and when we're bored we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook.
So right now, as you can see, we have it working. We'll just move it around. The enclosure is, you know, you shake it around a little bit, you'll be fine. It's all taped down. So here's a redesigned version of the jar speaker. As you can see, I've rearranged the lights, and then the controller has been replaced with something more robust.
I'm just feeling my vibe right now, feel myself. Panda. I got broads in Atlanta, just to throw me in the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting no licks in the van. Legacies, family, wait and see, look like a